reading goals. Am I right? Those can be a challenge, those can be pressure. I've personally have noticed that if I set like a really high reading goal for myself, that kind of tends to just pressure me, especially towards the end of the year, and I get this kind of feeling of like failing at a hobby that I love if I didn't hit the number that I set for myself. So last year I did that thing where I set my reading goal to 12 books, so 1 book a month. And if I look at my like reading history over the past like 10-ish years, I've always read more than 12 books. So I did this on purpose to just take out the pressure and still have like a reading goal that kind of motivates me if I see I'm hitting it. And what did that do for me? I surpassed my reading goal by a lot more than just 1 or 2 books. I think actually I read like double the amount. Let me see. I read 29 books last year, which I'm really happy with that. Because of that, I set my reading goal to the same this year again, 12 books. So I wanted to chat a bit about my favorites from last year, that are right here, and what my plans are for this year. And yeah, let's get to it. So my 3 favorite books from last year are these right here. Let's start with the first one. So I finally got around to actually reread The Circle, because we read that in English AP class in school, which that's been a few years. That has been a few years. I did my A-levels a little more than 6 years ago. So, damn, nearly 7 years ago. I'm getting old, oh my god. Okay, anyways, I hated The Circle in school when we read it, which I do think has a lot to do with the fact that I was reading it and like talking about it and trying to get it or understand it or whatever for a grade. That has kind of always ruined things for me. For example, I used to fake signatures and fake injuries to just get out of PE class, and now I go running in the morning for fun. So I do think that did have a lot to do with the fact that I was doing it for a grade, and now I finally got around to reading it for myself, and I loved it. I devoured it. I think it was actually quite scary, because there was too many parallels that you can draw to the current situation, which yeah, I do read a lot for escapism, and whenever I read something that comes a little too close to reality, it scares me. So this did come a little too close to reality. Also, another thing that really shocked me about this, I watched the movie right after with Emma Watson. I mean, I love our queen Emma Watson, but they changed the movie so drastically because oh my god, okay, spoiler alert, skip ahead to this timestamp if you don't want to hear it. In the book, we have this girl starting at this like huge tech company, and she like really quickly gets drawn into like a Big Brother kind of situation where you're just constantly watched. There's cameras everywhere, there's social media that's like taking over your life. If you don't respond to people, they instantly take it personally. You get issues from that. So it's like getting really quickly really weird and scary. And in the book, the main character gets the opportunity to like kind of blow up the whole system and like make people realize that even the founders are trying to stay offline because it's taking over everyone's life, that there's a camera everywhere and there's no sense of privacy anymore, and like it gets really scary. Anyways, in the book she does take that chance, and on a big stage with cameras obviously streaming this whole event worldwide, she does blow up the secrets of the bad guys, basically. Oh my god, I swear I sound a lot more clever in my mother tongue. Anyways, I chose to do this in English so I can talk to more people. Hello! I'm not as stupid as I sound sometimes. So yeah, she could blow up the big bad guys, and in the movie she doesn't. In the book she does, and in the movie she doesn't. In the movie she falls for the whole scheme. No wait, it's the other way around. Oh my goodness. So in the book she doesn't blow up the whole thing. She was fully captured in this ideology because she was so brainwashed from her past experiences in this tech company. So she does not blow up the big bad guys, but instead she betrays the person who offered her this opportunity. And in the movie she does. In the movie she's the American hero that like saves everyone and like makes everyone realize that this is all bad. I think that's a very drastic change to a story to make, because it just fully captures and shows you how bad people are influenced by the world around them and by these kind of systems being set up. So yeah, 5-star book, The Circle. Next thing that I read was Exciting Times. I did read this in German. So the German title is Aufregende Zeiten, which like would literally translate to Exciting Times. And it's about Ava and Julian. Ava is a very young, expat. She's an expat in China, in Hong Kong to be specific. And she's like an English teacher for rich Chinese kids. And she's kind of struggling and getting by, living in a like really bad flat situation. And she meets this banker guy, Julian. And then the whole book is about their kind of fucked up relationship. He's a bit older and like she moves into his flat. And they kind of both take advantage of each other in different ways. And like explores the relationship from different angles. And I really enjoyed this. It was quite sad a lot, but it was also just very fascinating and interesting and speaking things that maybe a lot of people would rather brush under a carpet. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. And then the last book that's in my top 3 for 2025 is God Killer. Oh my god, I devoured this. I was gifted this, I think, 2 years ago. But yeah, I finally read it, and right after I also read the other 2 books from the series. They're up there on my shelf. So basically this is a trilogy that deserves this spot as the 3rd love of 2025. And God Killer, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to properly explain it, because it is a fantasy that's like set in a fully new world with a new magic system, a new religious system, and it's quite hard to explain, but basically it's about an orphan that gets kind of adopted by a god killer. And the god killer is a woman who kills gods because, wow, it's really hard to explain. So the country was once nearly destroyed because of the War of the Gods. So the new king decided to ban gods, and there's lots of different gods. And so there's this new group of people, the God Killers, which are basically just people who can fight really well, who made it their way of living to kill gods, because you get a lot of money if you bring proof of a dead god. Anyway, so it's about this little kid who kind of gets lost and then adopted by this God Killer, and a whole revolution coming. And it was everything. I think I felt every emotion possible reading this trilogy, so definitely recommend. Sorry, my cat. If you already listened to me rambling, maybe you could drop a like and a follow and comment at the end. Also, I wanted to address my book buying ban that I set for myself 3 months ago. And honestly, I think it's going okay-ish. I only bought 2 books, but I did buy those from a gift card. So I don't know if it really counts, because I got a gift card for the bookshop. What else am I supposed to do with it except for buying books? And I was gifted 2 books as well. No, 4 books in total in December for Christmas. I was gifted 4 books, and I did buy 2 books because of a gift card. So I'm kind of taking them out of the book buying ban because I feel like they shouldn't count. If you see that differently, maybe I should purge 2 books because I did buy 2, I don't know. But yeah, coming to my reading goal for 2026. I actually have 2 different ones, but they don't cross badly, so they work really well with one another. So as I already said, I once again set my numbers reading goal to 12 books for the year, which I am doing really good on already because I already finished 2 books and I'm on the 3rd and I'm devouring it because I'm loving it. Which doesn't matter because numbers shouldn't matter this much. But see, that's kind of what I mean. If I'm already surpassing my reading goal, that like really motivates me. Instead of seeing a really dreadingly high number and I'm already thinking in January, there's no way I can reach this. So I mean, I guess my theory is working for myself. And then the second reading goal I have set for myself is I want to read the Song of Ice and Fire series this year. I have read the first 3 books, maybe I should say in German it's 10. If you read them in English it's only 5 books, but if you read them in German it's like 10 bricks, because the Germans always need a few more words to just say the same. So yeah, I'm reading them in German. I already have them on my shelves. They're the beige shelf over there. I don't have all of them. I have books 1 through 7. So already looking at my book buying ban, I kind of need 3 more books. But I am planning on just wishing them for my birthday. And if I get them gifted, they don't count towards my book buying ban. That's like kind of a way to just trick yourself, but yeah, let's not talk about that. So 2 reading goals: number 1, finishing 12 books a year, and number 2, read the Song of Ice and Fire series. Like I said, I already did read the first 3 books a few years ago actually, so I think I will be starting from book 1 again, just to like get the full experience, to read them back to back. So for a few months I probably will only be reading the Song of Ice and Fire. And I am curious if you would be interested in having a full spoilers included reading vlog experience of that. So let me know in the comments, let me know what you're reading, maybe if you have ambitious or rather motivating goals for 2026, and hopefully we'll speak soon. It's 2026 and I'm once again trying this comeback thing with YouTube. Oh my god, Anna.